Alright, so I thought I would take the opportunity to talk about the new release that came out earlier tonight. Super excited. The new boxed set will be called Nethermaze. Well, this is the cover, so I'm just gonna read here. Revealed, Morathis elves clash with Eshin assassins in Warhammer Underworlds Nethermaze. This box set contains 2 new warbands drawn to the nexus of the Nethermaze, the Shadowborn, whom Morathi has sent to cut out the heart of the traitorous Queen Kiathan, and Skittershank's Clawpack, that's gonna be a mouthful to say, who seek a new source of prenumbral power for the clan's Eshin. It also comes with everything you need to jump right into a game of Warhammer Underworlds, blah blah blah, so you get a new rulebook and all the tokens and dice that you don't really need, but yeah. That includes all the lore about a labyrinth that seethes with malicious intent. The Nethermaze, constructed by mysterious and ancient architects, is a powerful wellspring of dark energy and the perfect lure for the clan Eshin. It has also drawn in Elven seditionists, whose transgressions did not go unnoticed by Morathi. She sent a crew of shadowy assassins to snuff out this nascent rebellion. Enter Skittershank's Clawpack and the Shadowborn. Led by the enterprising young assassin Slink Skittershank's Clawpacks are fast and fragile deadly assassins who all move as speedy 5 hexes, so same as Squitch's Spiteclaw. If they control the pace of the match, they will run rings around an enemy warband. The act of killing the enemy leader is the inspired condition for the whole warband. Oh, that's very interesting. Who then descend on their remaining foes with a newfound confidence, looking stylish while doing so. So quite hard, actually, if you pair up against some big brute like Molog or Rothgorn. You really need to bring him down if you want to inspire. I guess Godsworn Hunt is better fit for them. Okay, so some info about the other warband. As a newborn god queen hungering for yet more power, Morathi King covets the dark energies of the Liar's Moon. Her operatives are the Shadeborn, adherents of the Shadow Arts. These fighters use the shade of cover to maneuver around their enemies, receiving buffs and ambushing unwary opponents. Their leader, the Shroud Queen Slithael, is so attuned to the darkness that she can even flitter between cover unseen. The Shadeborn's bloodlust brings them great pleasure in their task, and their fighters inspire if they attack an enemy fighter who is already wounded, taking delight in inflicting agony. So, alright, so it seems like the Skaven will inspire all at the same time when the enemy leader is brought down, and the Shadeborn seem to inspire, I would think, individually when they attack someone who's already wounded. So it will take quite some time to inspire them if you actually can manage to inspire all of them. But I might be wrong. They might have a second inspire condition as well. Okay, so there are also more new rules on the way. 2 new keywords, map and domain, which we will see on the cards. I will talk about that a bit later. Arrive on the cards included in the boxed set. One lets you gamble for glory, and the other lets you change the surroundings of this sunken maze to your advantage. We'll be going into detail on these new rules and warbands in due course. The Warhammer Underworlds and Nethermaze will be available to pre-order soon, blah 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 blah, and the Exiled Dead they mentioned as well there. Yeah. Okay, so we see the box art, and let's look at some. Let's look at the board. So this is the board. Seems pretty straightforward. And the fighter cards. So we can see the leader for the Dark Elves seems to have 4 move, at least inspired to 2 dodge, 4 wounds, have a 2 range, 3 hammers, 2 damage attack. So, and seems to have a couple of keywords underneath as well, probably something like Grievous and Ensnare. But I don't know. It seems like all of the the Shadeborn inspired to 2-dodge. And the other elves have 3 wounds each. I think they are also hunters, probably. Yeah. The next one seems to have 1 range, 2 hammers, 2 damage. And a range 3 attack for 3 swords, 1 damage. Next one has 2 range, 3 hammers, 2 damage. That's pretty strong. Might be 3 swords actually, yeah. Hard to tell. And the last one on the inspired side here, 3 range with 3 swords, 1 damage I think. Probably with Grievous or something. And range 1 attack for 2 damage probably, yeah. Hard to tell. And the Skaven is just too blurred to see anything. But we already know they have 5 moves, so yeah. And not much else to say about this picture. Purple spell dice seems to be the new black here. What to look at next? Let's look at some chords, I guess. Okay, so here is the 3 chords that are leaked from this expansion so far. First one is an upgrade. It's a detailed map fragment. With it you can do some weird stuff. You can do an action to gain 1 spent glory, and then you pick 1 opponent. That opponent can play an upgrade for free, and then you break this card. So you basically allow your opponent to play an upgrade for free to gain spent glory. So that's, I'm not sure that's worth it. Maybe sometime, if you very much need the glory. I mean, if you play it in the last power step, maybe it doesn't really matter if your opponent gets that upgrade. Yeah. Reaction, often you can also use it as a reaction. After an activation step, if this fighter has 4 map upgrades and is holding an objective, gain 2 glory, then break each map upgrade. So that seems like a really hard thing to pull off if you don't want to invest extremely heavily in those map upgrades. Seems like a card I won't play, but let's see. Next up is Quintox Bubble. Gambit spell. It seems very easy to cast. 1 lightning, 1 channel. So as accurate as spell goes. And if cast, you can choose 1 friendly fighter within 4 hexes of the caster, including the caster then, because it doesn't require another friendly fighter. And I can't see the whole text here, but it seems to be, if I'm doing some guesswork, -1 damage to attack actions that targets the chosen fighter to a minimum of 1, and the chosen fighter has the flying trait. So the -1 damage is pretty sweet, and the effect persists until the chosen fighter is dealt damage, so it can actually stay around till later rounds. Might be worth playing. The next one is a ploy, Creaking Ceiling, which is a domain ploy. So pretty cool. It seems like they've taken some inspiration from Arena Mortis here with the hazard cards, because it's like an effect that persists and affects every fighter. Each time a fighter is driven back into an hedge hex or a hex adjacent to a blocked hex, deal 1 damage to that fighter. This effect persists until the end of the round or until another domain gambit is played. So pretty cool effect, might help squishy warbands deal with some elites, because getting damage to your elites is a lot more hurtful than getting 1 damage to 2 wound fighters. They are 1-hit wonders anyway. Yeah, so that's it with the cards. Next up we look at the models. Here they are all together. Looks pretty sweet. I especially like the leader and the masked guy from the Shadeborn Warband. I'm not too keen on the other 2. I mean, the Skaven, I like all of them. I like the posters of every one of them. I'm super biased when it comes to Skaven, but you'll just have to deal with that. Well, let's look at them individually here. So yeah, sweet looking model. This piping here, and the broken flask floating around. Here's the next one. He looks a bit crazy. In the I'm not sure what he's standing on. There's some fumes or whatever. I really like these grenades attached to his arm there. Looks pretty dangerous to carry them around like that. Yeah, and this one, sweet pose. Like the movement in these Skaverns. You can really tell they have 5x movement. Yeah, looks really good. Not much to add there. These two are the more generic ones, obviously. But I like the sling dude as well. The guy in the back. Yeah, they're fine models. Nothing much to say about them. Alright, so here's the leader of the Dark Isles. I'm not sure. I'm not well versed in Age of Sigmar lore. But yeah, looks sweet. I'm not sure, I don't think she's a spellcaster. I couldn't tell from her fighter card that she was though, so maybe she's a priest. Because that's a new keyboard they brought in, and maybe they will start using it actually. This is the next one, not too keen on this model. I don't really like the face, the pose looks a bit off. Not sure about the cloaks on these Dark Elves actually. This one I really like though, but I really like his pose and that his face is covered up and gets him some strong glissette vibes off this figure. This guy I don't like at all though. The face looks really derpy and the pose looks silly, but I mean you can't like every model. So that's about it. So let's see about the rotation. We don't really know anything about Championship. Will Diachasm rotate out with this? Will probably upset a lot of people. Will it upset me? I don't know. But yeah, let's not jump to conclusions before you know everything. So, but just looking at the warbands, and I'm super hyped for this. I'm especially thrilled about the Skaven one. I've been begging for a Skaven warband for long. I would have liked to see like a rat ogre, maybe. Not just 5 regular rats, basically, but yeah. I'm not gonna be greedy. I'm still very happy for this, so without further ado, see you another time. We have a lot of content coming out, so stay tuned. Don't forget to subscribe, like, follow. Bye.